and Awards Ceremony. I would like to begin with the land acknowledgement. We acknowledge that the lands on which Memorial University's campuses are situated are in the traditional territories of diverse Indigenous groups. And we acknowledge with respect the diverse histories and cultures of the Biafran, Mi'kmaq, Innu, and Inuit of this province. Once again, I'd like to welcome you to our first in-person award ceremony since 2019. I also want to welcome our donors, family, friends, and guests joining us online this evening. It's nice that we can bring everyone together through technology, no matter the location. Distance doesn't matter. We have people joining us from far away as Southern California, the Bahamas, British Columbia, Nova Scotia, and exotic St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador, among many other locals as well. As we get started for our online guests, I want to remind you to mute your mics. You can give a shout out to the students by going to the chat in the lower right-hand corner of your screen and clicking on one of the emoji buttons. So the smiley faces, there's a hand up, there's a clapping emoji. And I also want to let you know that we are recording the ceremony this evening. My name is Daisy Baldwin, and I am a lecturer at Memorial University Faculty of Nursing, but I'm also the chair of the Scholarships and Awards Committee, and I'm so happy to be here this evening. I do want to point out too that washrooms are nearby. They're located by the staircase. And if you're going towards the Faculty of Nursing, you'll see those. You'll also find washrooms just inside the Faculty of Medicine as well, okay? And to your left is walk towards the atrium, where we have all our reception following the ceremony. You'll also find washrooms there. I do want to remind you that if you do receive an award this evening, we would like to please stand on the tape just to the side of the podium here so that our photographer can take your picture. I would like to acknowledge our special guests this evening. From the Government of Newfoundland and Labrador, Daphne Osborne, Provincial Chief Nurse and Regional Service Manager. Just like to give everybody a wave. You're standing up, Daphne. Debbie Walsh, Vice President and Chief Operating Officer of Eastern Rural Zone, Newfoundland and Labrador Health Services. Debbie is also here representing the Cancer Care Foundation of Newfoundland and Labrador. Lynn Howard, Executive Director, College of Registered Nurses in Newfoundland and Labrador. Dr. Donna Hardy-Cox, Associate Vice President, Academic Students, Memorial University. Dr. Jennifer Lokash, Acting Provost and Vice President, Academic. Dr. Kathy Watkins, Director of the Center for Nursing Studies and one of our partner sites. Lynn Coos, who is one retired faculty member, and we are so happy to see her here this evening. She taught pediatric nursing for many years at Moncton. And I would also like to recognize our faculty and staff sitting to my right. We're so glad to have them with us, and they'll also be involved in our presentations here this evening. Our laboratory instructors have joined us too, and will open the Learning Resource Center and Cal Nursing Simulation Room for a look inside these important spaces following the ceremony. These are crucial learning environments for our students here at Moncton. And once you do have a light refreshment, make sure you do join them and check them out. This evening, we are celebrating success, the success and hard work of our students, and the generosity and kindness of our donors. On behalf of our students, I would like to thank you for vision and choosing to create an award that will have a lasting impact on our students and their education. I would now like to call upon Dr. Donna Hardy-Cox, Associate Vice President, Academic Students, to come forward and make some remarks on behalf of Memorial University.
Well, good evening, everyone. And a very warm welcome to those of you who may not have been to Memorial before, or for those of you who've been here before, welcome back. And for those of you online, same thing. It's warm welcome to Memorial University. I noticed that Sarah was talking about our state-of-the-art learning classrooms a few minutes ago. I would encourage you for a little adventure to travel across the road, either tonight or any other time, grab a coffee, come in and check out our blue whale in the new core science building. There's a place where you can get your picture. It's a great place to bring family and friends, and it's a beautiful new building. So always remember, this is your university, and we are so delighted to welcome you and welcome you back to explore. And in the, well, maybe a few more weeks, I'm very optimistic, you'll be able to enjoy our gardens as well on campus. They're a little snow covered just yet. It is absolutely wonderful to be back in person at your scholarship and awards ceremony. I, as Sarah, sorry, Daisy, I said, I'm sorry, Sarah, you need to do that. I'm the Associate Vice President Academic and also the Dean of Students. And how lucky am I to be the Dean of Students? This means it's my responsibility to support the teams at Memorial University who are supporting the students' curricular and co-curricular experiences. And some of my special focus in this role is working with student life to welcome new students to Memorial, provide them with employment, and provide them with career development experiences, accessibility services, as well as the student residences where students have a full living, learning environment, and of course, those meals that are prepared by somebody else. And the Student Wellness and Counseling Center, we have a full staff of physicians, nurses, and as well as counselors who provide a range of wellness services to the students. We all know that the last few years have been very challenging, and we recognize the impact it's had on our students. It simply just has not been easy. The fact that you've stayed students dedicated to your studies and have excelled as members of the scholarship and award recipient group. This tells me that you have tremendous resilience. Resilience is a quality that will serve you well in your future careers. We know that registered nurses and nurse practitioners are crucial to the healthcare of Newfoundland and Labrador. And on my way over here this evening, guess what was being chatted about on the news? Nurses and nurse practitioners. It's an important job, and your determination, coupled with your Memorial University education, will continue to take you far. It is important as you go along this journey to remember you're not alone. There is an entire community, including the people here and online, cheering you on, students, through your academic journey. And there was also a team here, which we call Team Memorial, sharing in that, cheering you along the journey. I am so proud of you all and very happy to be here. People say, well, you get to go to all these scholarships. I love coming to the nursing one, and there's a special reason why. I'm here to celebrate your hard work and your accomplishments. In particular, I would like to thank our generous donors and partners, some of whom are here tonight. Donors and sponsors, your contributions to student success are immense and appreciated, and it's having a real impact. It is because people like you, donors and sponsors and families and supporters, that the students can focus on their learning. And at the same time, know there are people rooting for you to succeed. As I look around, there are several donors here this evening. I would like to ask the donors in particular to take pause as the students receive their scholarships, either in the room or look around and see the impact your donations have had on these students. And there's just one thing you gotta look for, and that's a smile. The smiles tell it all. As I said, I always enjoy this event. It is very special because my mother was a registered nurse. She called herself a Grace Scratch. I knew it all my life. The residence that's about to no longer exist And every time when she worked in the grade, she could tell me stories about her time in residence. When I look at her experience as a nurse, our family felt we needed to honor our mother somehow. And so as a result, our family set up a scholarship to recognize a nursing student transitioning into high school. Now, as I remember my older stories, this kind of acknowledgement and this kind of giving back would have been just what she wanted. She often told me stories of leaving her small town of Hants Harbor out in Trinity Bay, and I think there was only a handful in her graduating class, and driving into St. John's, and it was quite an adventure then, because I don't even think there was pavement. And for her coming to the big city and to explore the profession that she loves so dearly. But while I'm not a nurse, though she would have aspired for me to be a nurse, I ended up as a social worker. So she was much better at the medical things than I was. But we're both in the health professions. There's also another important group I have to acknowledge here tonight. And that's all the special people in the room and those joining us online and the teachers and supporters of the students. All the special work that's done, the gentle nudges, the boost of confidence, the understanding that's given by the educators and those who support the students in the school just can't be underestimated. It truly does take a team memorial and beyond to see the success we're going to witness here this evening. So once again, congratulations to all the scholarship and award recipients here this evening. You should be very proud. You are setting an excellent example for your peers and those who will come after you on your student journeys. Thank you, everyone, for brightening my day by inviting me to be here to share this evening. And I hope you enjoyed as much as I plan to. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Harvey Cox, for your remarks. I would now like to call upon Daphne Osborne, Provincial Chief Nurse and Regional Service Manager, to come up and bring greetings on behalf of the provincial government of Newfoundland and Labrador.
First of all, for all of us Grace nurses in the room, we're wondering who your mother is. Thanks so much, Daisy. Dr. Hardy Fox, Dr. Pike, faculty, nursing leaders, students, donors, family and friends. We have a room full, doesn't it? With great pleasure, I bring greetings on behalf of Minister Osborne and the Department of Health and Community Services. I'm so happy to be here to celebrate your special accomplishments. Gathering with nursing students, graduate students, and faculty brings back memories for me long ago. Wonderful memories of learning new skills of patient, resident, and client interactions as I develop nursing competencies, and memories of the people whose influence shaped the nurse I am today, like former gynecology staff nurse, Dr. Kathy Watkins, and my former ICU supervisor, Dr. Sandra McDonald. I understand that nursing students from all program years and graduate students are here tonight to be recognized for accomplishments in their respective nursing studies. How incredibly motivating it must be to receive acknowledgement for excelling in your nursing program while still in progress. It also validates that you were meant to be a nurse. You see, nursing is not something you can teach. Sure, you can teach nursing skills and competencies, but the instinct to nurse, the instinct to care, to comfort, to intervene medically, to teach healthy behaviors, and most importantly, to empathize, is unique to the nursing profession. So continue to develop those attributes as you complete your nursing studies. And as you do refine your skills and competencies, give support to your classmates who struggle academically or clinically. And like you just want to be a nurse so bad. So remember, I did a little bit philosophical here. The sky is filled with stars of differing brightness, and together they provide us with beautiful canopy of light. So it's evident, no, I was in the right spot, sorry about that. It's evident tonight that society has placed value on the nursing profession. This ceremony is an opportunity for families to honor the nursing careers, like their moms, and of nurses such as Caroline Paddock and Swee Ann Lamb. For colleagues to honor colleagues, such as Marilyn Marsh and Dr. Shirley Solberg. For government and nursing organizations to recognize and encourage early nursing leadership. And for philanthropists to reduce financial barriers to nursing education. So this is an opportune time for me to remind you of the privilege it is to be a nurse, to participate in some of the most significant events of people's lives, from the birth of their children to acute illness or injury, to chronic illness and even death. It truly is a privilege to be bestowed the opportunity to coach and educate individuals and families through these healthcare journeys and to provide comfort and support when they're most vulnerable. I hope you always embrace the opportunity to have impact whenever possible, not only on your direct nursing care recipients, but on their families too. Because people will always remember how you made you feel. And as a nurse, you make a meaningful difference in the lives of Newfoundlanders and Labradorians. And that is a true gift. And while I have your attention today, I have to encourage you to take advantage of opportunities to work in Newfoundland. In closing, I want to say thank you for the opportunity to participate in the ceremony. Congratulations to all on your achievements, and thank you for choosing nursing as your profession. My very best wishes to you all for your continued success in your studies.
Thank you very much, Ms. Osborne, for your remarks. I now ask the interim dean of the Faculty of Nursing, Dr. April Pipe, to begin this evening's presentations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Daisy. I would like to welcome our board and these recipients, donors, families, and guests. And welcome to our online guests for joining us. It's great to be here in person again, and it's really great to celebrate all the success of our students. I'm also celebrating today. And if you, I don't know, Daisy said my first name is April. So, birthday.
All right.
This is a time you say, oh my God, you're so well preserved. 30 at the most. So I challenge you to be easy to take downstairs. So before we get started, I want to say how very proud we are of our students. They've had so much to deal with over the past few years, and I really truly applaud all of their hard work, their dedication, and their resilience. Qualities that will serve them very well throughout the program and when they become registered nurses. They've not only persevered in their academics, recently they held the 25th annual nursing charity ball, the first in person since 2019. And I ate a lot of cake there too, even the bottles were old. No wonder I gained 25 pounds since I started intern dean. The charity ball is a big undertaking, and this year they raised thousands of dollars, up to almost $10,000 for the ALS Society of Newfoundland and Labrador, and for many community organizations over the years. Congratulations. As we begin the official part of our ceremony, starting with the Dean's List, I'm going to ask our Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies, Dr. Sandra McDonald, to come to the podium, please, so that I can present our Dean's List certificate recipients.
Thank you, Dr. Pike. Welcome, everyone. It's so nice to see everyone in person. As you already have heard, this is our first in person that we've had in a few years, so we're very excited that we're all here and you're able to join us. And as Daisy said, this is our first in person ceremony. We're all excited and hoping that everyone will enjoy the ceremony this evening. So to start off, to be on the Dean's List is quite an accomplishment. The students have to place in the top 10% of the degree program. That's the top 10% of all students in the Bachelor of Science and Nursing degree program. That's quite a feat. They have a GPA of at least 3.5 or greater. The maximum you can have is 4, so that's extremely high. They have completed a minimum of 27 credit hours over the nominating semesters, so they have fulfilled a full-time and sometimes even higher than full-time work in the program. And they have to be at least full-time in at least 2 of the semesters. And as you can see from the list on the screen, the list on the screen is there.
Oh my God, where is it on the screen?
The list on the screen. Remember, this is our first in person, so. So that list is very impressive. The list recognizes this academic achievement from the past year, and many of the deans just unfortunately were not able to be with us this evening, but we're very excited about the ones that are here this evening. Some of them have already graduated and of course have snapped up and working right away as soon as possible. And some of our students are still in their clinical placements. Or they might be finishing up their clinical placements. And we just Daisy, for example, just walked out a full shift with skills and students and walked right into this evening. So we're already appreciative of everyone's commitments. So I'm going to read out the names who have joined us this evening, and when I call your name, I'd ask that each of you come to the front and stand by the podium here where Dr. Pike is now. I'd also like to introduce our academic program administrator, Krista Cole. Our students know Krista. She's the one who sends all the emails, who collates all the information, who works very closely with Daisy as the chair of the scholarships committee to ensure that the right people get the right amounts. So we're pleased to have Krista with us here this evening too. And after you've received your rewards, we'd love for you to remain standing so we can get a group shot. We love the pictures. And our photographer, Rich Bleckensoft, will be taking the picture. I'm sorry for that.
That's right.
So I'm going to call up the names now of the students who are here, who have received and been able to be added to our Dean's List. Our first is Yuan. So we all enjoy a good photo op. And this is certainly a special one for Dr. Pike on her birthday. Our second recipient is Allison Barker.
Oh, they want to see up here. Oh, okay. Congratulations. Oh, God.
Should rehearse this.
Next, I'd like to welcome Ola TJ.
I'm not very good at There we go. Congratulations. This is my swimming buddy. Anyway.
Yep.
Giving us swimming lessons.
Yep.
And we are, just let us know, sign up this.
Really good, weren't they?
We can do it again. That's-
Over here.
Sorry.
Not helping you no more.
I have instructions from the peanut gallery to move towards the front row a bit more when you're talking. So that's a bit of our.
And then you go.
Well, you got a camera here for the live stream. That's what they want to do. So.
And move, so that's what I want to move this way, to get a better shot of it. Dan's over there.
Nice side profile, right? Perfect?
It's perfect, yeah. Oh, my God. Next one. Trying to find it.
Got up in a moment.
That's really nice. Kate and Farrell.
And then we'll move over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got the rhythm.
You're a kiss.
We have to look upstairs.
Madison Harvard.
Congratulations. Appreciate it. Now we gotta.
Tony Lean.
Look up here. Come back as a TA.
Yeah.
Katie Kelsey.
Congratulations. Great accomplishment. Thank you. Move right over here.
Hey.
I don't think so.
Lord Richards.
Thank you so much. Pleasure to meet you. You too. Here we go. Camera.
You're leading me to the dance floor.
Oh, putting in dancing, interesting.
Absolutely.
Madison Welch.
Congratulations. Wonderful, lovely to meet you. You too. We'll just go right over here.
Melissa Whalen.
Here, look at the camera.
What a fine group of budding, aspiring, young student nurses ready to take on.
It's a great job and everyone else that loves it.
Stay, I'm already there now.
We're gonna take the photo at this moment.
Okay, so we're going to wait till the end.
So thank you very much. We'll reconvene at the end to get your lovely snap. Nursing. So now I'd like to begin the presentation of the undergraduate student awards. For our friends joining us virtually, you can use the hand clicking emoji as Daisy noted at the bottom of the screen. And I'm gonna just take a diagram into it. And I'm going to start off with the Kathleen Baird Memorial Scholarship, which was established by Miss Baird Stevenson in memory of her sister Kathleen, and is awarded annually to a student in the second year of the nursing program. I'd like to invite Dr. Nicole Snow, who's one of our seasoned faculty members here at the Faculty of Nursing, to come forward and present your award to, drum roll please, Amy Melbourne.
Here you go. So you can snap. Okay.
All personnel, the public relations, instruction in the area, case by fire purpose.
Congratulations.
Attention all personnel, the public relations.
The second award of tonight.
Case by fire purpose, Chiefs Police Station 2000.
So this is when you see everybody gets the room.
Instruction in the area, case by fire emergency, Chiefs Police Station 2000.
Hey, so moving right on, thank you. The Augusta Barter Travel Award in Nursing was created by Gloria Barter in memory of her mother, Eliza Augusta Barter, who graduated from the Grace Hospital School of Nursing. During her career, Augusta delivered hundreds of babies, never losing a mother or child. She received the Baby Works First Citizen of the Year award, and later the town nominated her for the Order of Canada, which she received in 1990. I would like to please invite Sherry Potter, who is Gloria Barter's niece and Augusta's granddaughter, to present the award of this evening to Miss Melissa Moore, please.
Thank you. You made it. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, family.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
The next award of this afternoon is the Eleanor and Noble Blair Travel Scholarship in Nursing. It is awarded to a student who has demonstrated excellence in nursing practice, with preference given to a student completing their clinical placement outside the province. Joining me to present the award is Ms. Deanne Belvin, one of our clinical instructors. Our recipient of this award is Laura Kelly.
I think we want to see you online, my dear. So turn right around. You give them a big leg.
Thank you very much. The next award for this afternoon is the Clayton and Alice Cook Nursing Award. It was established by Clayton Cook in honor of his niece, Melissa Garrett, a registered nurse. The award goes to a second-year student. Melissa was not able to attend this afternoon, so I invite Dr. Renee Crossman to come present the award to him. The Vincent Coons Memorial Award is established in memory of Vincent Coons, and graduate of the School of Nursing class of 1990. I think they made the wrong date here. Vince passed away unfortunately in September of 1996 after a very long illness. The award goes to a student who has sought to overcome challenges and maintain a very positive spirit. I would like to offer congratulations to our award recipient, Alisa Hurley, who unfortunately is not able to attend this afternoon. I would like to recognize Brenda Olford, who is here in the audience. She is a nurse who graduated Vince. So what year did you actually graduate, Brenda?
96, it's right on the spot.
1996.
Correct, on the spot.
And together with her classmate, created the Vincent Coons Memorial Award. And we will hear from Brenda a little later in this program. Thank you for coming, Brenda. The Mary Dunley Nursing Memorial Bursary was created by her large family to remember and honor their mother, Mary Dunley Nurse. She married the love of her life, Charles Nurse, in 1945. After his death, successfully raised a family of 12 while pursuing a career that she absolutely loved. This award was created as a reminder of the value of true caring and compassion exemplified by the nurse whose name it is given. I now invite Mary's daughter, Elizabeth Hunt, who is number 11 out of 12 children, to come forward and present the bursary. It is now in its 11th year. To Chloe Crane. Elizabeth joins us with other family members this afternoon who are watching online. You know how to do that. There's a couple more here.
Thank you.
And this way.
In memory of Barbara Polo, a graduate of the School of Nursing. Preference is given to students interested in cardiovascular nursing and have been involved in student life. I will please call upon Dan Bilden again to come forward and present a scholarship to Wolfman Payton. Thank you very much. The next award is the Grateful Patient Bursary Fund. I must say, what a lovely name for an award. And it makes me feel as a nurse grateful for our patients that we care for. It was established by a gift from an anonymous donor who wanted to support the education of nurses at Memorial University in recognition and gratitude for their nursing care he received during a difficult time in his life.
Attention all personnel, the code red system is now back in service.
Congratulations to our recipients.
Attention all personnel, the code red system.
Who was unable to attend this afternoon and
Attention all
passes
personnel,
on
the code red
regrets.
system is now back in service.
Our donor, however, is anonymous
Attention all
and is in
personnel.
the audience. So we thank you very much for your generous donation and the lovely name. The Heart and Stroke Foundation Nursing Bursary was established by the Heart and Stroke Foundation for full-time nursing students and any of Memorial University's nursing degree sites. Recipients must demonstrate an interest in cardiac or stroke nursing. Presenting this year's bursary is Dr. Robin Burridge, and our recipient is Alexander Rose. I'll ask Dr. Burridge to present the award.
So nice to see you. Now, let's see if we can get this right. There you are. Thank you. You made it.
Ask Robin to stand.
Oh, okay.
The Renan and Phyllis College Award in Nursing was established by the College family to be awarded to nursing students who has demonstrated passion and respect for their patients during a clinical placement. Dr. Burry will present this year's award to Aloysius Ducey.
First, you wave to your friends and family.
Congratulations. Placement Award goes for nursing students traveling to an international clinical placement, but may also be granted to a student traveling to a clinical placement in Labrador for the first time. I please would like to invite Dr. Renee Crossman to come forward and present this year's award to Melissa Morris. Congratulations. Isaac Memorial Board in Patient Care was established by her family. Daphne graduated from the General Hospital School of Nursing and is remembered for her kindness, compassion, and empathy towards patients and their families. The award is presented to a student entering the 4th year of the program who has demonstrated exemplary patient care by advocating for patients and their families' well-being during their clinical placements. Dan Vilton joins me to present this year's award to Melissa Morris. Congratulations. The Sweet Yin Memorial Bursary in Nursing was established in loving memory of Sweet Yin Lam, a graduate of the School of Nursing. She is remembered as a bright, caring, and compassionate nurse. And I remember seeing her in the hallways of the Faculty of Nursing, and I remember her great smile. Recipients have excelled in their clinical studies and demonstrated the attributes of caring, compassion, and professionalism. I would like to call on Dr. Nicole Snow to present this year's award to the recipients of Alexandria Brown and Nicole Moore.
Will we go one at a time or? So let's go here. Make sure you'll see here. Alexandra, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you. There you go. Do you want to do them or separately or?
Just do them together, yeah. Sure, why not? Yeah, it's good, yeah.
I want to recognize Sweet Yin's family, Leon and Glendine, watching online this evening. And I actually used to work with Glendine in ICU back in the day. The Maryland Marsh Scholarship was established by former students and colleagues of Maryland Marsh on the 25th anniversary of the Faculty of Nursing. Marilyn was a faculty member at the school, and the scholarship in her name is awarded to a student who has completed their 2nd year. I please invite Dr. Nicole Snow to present the award to Jenny Lee.
Thank you. Let's see. There we go.
Congratulations. And I think y'all. That's aging us again, so maybe I shouldn't say that. So the John M. and Alyssa S. Morgan Scholarship will bestow to the memorial by the late John M. Morgan to commemorate Dr. Morgan and his wife Elsa. Preference is given where possible to students for the Porter Grady District. I asked Dr. Burry to accept this award on behalf of Julie Clark, who's unable to be here today. Thank you. The Margaret Fitzpatrick Morgan Scholarship in Nursing was established by the late Dr. Emma Morgan in memory of his wife, the late Margaret Fitzpatrick Morgan. Preference will be given to students ending the 1st year of the program preferably from rural Newfoundland and Labrador. I would like to call on Dr. Renee Crossman to present the award to Alyssa White, Carol Howard, our other recipient was unable to join us, unfortunately.
Sorry, makes it really cringy. Thank you. Hey.
Berkeley Cancer Foundation Scholarship in Nursing goes for third or fourth year students who have demonstrated or expressed an interest in working in oncology nursing. I would like to ask Debbie Walsh, Vice President and Chief Operating Officer, Eastern Rural Health Zone for Newfoundland Labrador, to present the scholarship. Carmen Fenny.
Wave. Photos.
Congratulations. Dr. Heather Onick Scholarship in Nursing was established by a generous bequest from Dr. Heather Onick. She was the Faculty of Medicine's first pediatrician and had a strong commitment to global health issues in her professional life. One scholarship is awarded annually to a nursing student each year of the 4-year program, with preference given to student at the top of her class in academic performance. The recipients of this year are Ashton Greenland, Year 1, Caitlin Farrell, Year 2, Adriana Guest, Year 3, and Juliana Clark, Year 4. I would ask you please to come forward to receive your award and ask Dr. Crossman to join me.
Let's put it mask up.
Faculty of Nursing entry bursary was created by a family in memory of the mother Carol, who graduated from Montreal St. Mary's Nursing School in 1961. Carol's love and care for people in need extended beyond her career into the greater community, and helping people was her lifelong passion. The bursary is awarded annually to a first-year student. Watching this online, he is a very proud son of Carol Ann Brennan Paddock. I would invite Dr. Snow to present the Carol Ann Paddock Interest Bursary to Bella King. Here.
Show everybody else. Here's your money. Here's your board. Ready?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Fellowship in Nursing was established by William Reed to honor his wife Linda Reed, who graduated from the Salvation Army Grace General Hospital School of Nursing in 1969 and spent 39 years working as a registered nurse. Her career took her throughout Canada and to Southern California. And I do believe we may have members of the Reed family online. Mr. Reed?
They're there.
Yes.
The scholarship is awarded to an undergraduate student in the Faculty of Nursing who excels in nursing education related to maternal child intrapartum care. Congratulations, Selena Green, who isn't able to present this evening. However, accepting on her behalf is Deanna Belden, who was one of Selena's favorite instructors. Presenting the award is a very dear friend of both Linda and Bill Reed, Doug Morse.
Oh, it's you guys.
Yes.
All right, hi, just have this dancing. Okay, let's carry on. You need to get a picture? No, sure. Sit.
We look forward to hearing more from Mr. Morse later on this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Are you going to sing happy birthday to me?
Later. I have a cake.
You got it.
The Civil Virtue Rusted Toy Memorial Bursary was created by Dr. Nigel Rustad in memory of his sister, Sybil, who was born in Upper Idaho in 1911 and studied nursing at the Royal Victoria Hospital in Montreal. The bursary was awarded to a student in the first year of the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. I invite our very own resident of Upper Idaho, Dr. Renee Craftsman, to come and present the award to John Hiscock. Congratulations. The Salvation Army Grace Scholarship is awarded to a student whose work reflects scholarly standing and participation in both community and Christian activities. I would ask Deanne Bilber to present the award to this year's recipient, Tony Lehman. Congratulations. Class of 1976 bursary is awarded to a full-time student at the Faculty of Nursing who has completed the first year clinical placement. Students must demonstrate a passion for patient care. I would ask Dr. Crossman to present this year's bursary to Osase Okaha.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. The Faculty of Nursing Faculty Memorial Award honors the following faculty members who have passed away: Ruby Dewey, Grace School, Nell Joyner, Moria Laurie, Margaret McLean, Joyce Levitt, Beverly Rockwell, and Elizabeth Betty Summers. And as I read those names, I can't help but say, my God, they were a great group of professional nurses. Award recipients must emulate the best qualities of a nursing faculty member, including a passion for nursing education, a spirit of caring, commitment to nursing, and compassion for patients. I'd like to ask Dr. Snow to come forward and present the award to Brianna Hickey, please.
Sure. Yeah. Sure, everybody's seeing you.
Congratulations. Mary Eileen Wright Award in Nursing is a renewable award. Mary Eileen Wright graduated from the General Hospital School of Nursing in December 1951. She dedicated her life to the love and caring of her family, friends, and patients. This award is dedicated to her spirit of unwavering care to her patients and family, and recognizes outstanding patient care during clinical studies. I invite with pleasure Mary Eileen Wright daughter, Dawn Fitzgerald, to come forward and present the Mary Eileen Wright Award to Nursing to Lauren Bryce. From Nova Scotia this afternoon is Mary Eli's son, Bob Wright, Don's brother, and Bob's daughter.
That's right. Hi, Bob.
Our final undergraduate award of this afternoon is the Janet P. Windsor Bursary, presented annually to our third-year student who excels in their third-year clinical courses. I invite Dr. Birdie to come forward and present the award to Chloe Crane, please.
You've done this before now.
Congratulations. This concludes our undergraduate awards presentations, and we will move into the graduate scholarship. But before we continue, I just want to reflect on these awards and think about the words that we've heard tonight. Our nurses are compassionate. We are caring. We are resilient. And we are professionals. So I want to thank the donors for your contribution to the faculty of nursing and promoting the success of our students. Without you, we would not be able to provide the level of education that we have. And our students, thank you from the bottom of their hearts. I'm speaking for them, but they do. So please join me in a round of applause for our students. and awards, I would like to ask Dr. Cameron Carson, Associate Dean of Undergraduate Studies, to come up with the photo dates and help present the awards to me. We have the envelope. Okay, so they will come. Graduate award this afternoon is the Mary Coffey Memorial Award in Nursing. It was established in memory of the registered nurse Mary Coffey by her son, Dr. Charles Coffey. Mary's dedication to patient care as a nurse was a source of inspiration for many members of her family to join the profession. Preference is given to students with a focus on clinical practice. Dr. Parsons will congratulate the recipient of this award, which is Crystal Baum. Congratulations. And current doctoral scholarships in nursing were established by Dr. Anna M. Curran, who is originally from St. John's and leads an accomplished life as an author, civil rights leader advocate, entrepreneur, nurse educator, and philanthropist in California. The scholarships are awarded annually to 2 students in the Doctor of Nursing program. The recipients of this year's award are Deanne Perdue and Rebecca Poster. Dewey Memorial Award in Nursing was created in memory of Ruby Dewey, a longtime faculty member who taught in all areas of the program as a clinical instructor. Ruby was also a lifelong learner and remained deeply involved in nursing education throughout her life. The award is presented to a graduate student who is completing research in or has a passion for community health. The recipient of the Ruby Dewey Memorial Award in Nursing is awarded this year to Rachel Valenti. Unfortunately, Rachel is not able to be here this afternoon. However, we would really want to recognize Ruby's son Douglas, who is joining us online. The Wesley and Janine Drog's Nursing Practice Award was recently established by Wesley and Jean Drog to recognize, motivate, and support up and coming nursing leaders in the province of Newfoundland and Labrador. The award goes to a full-time master's student in our nurse practitioner program. I would ask Dr. Parsons to present the award to Christina Murphy, please. Ask both of you to remain because the Violet and Robert Luca Award in Primary Care, Primary Health Care is awarded to a master's student in our nursing practitioner option. Preference is given to a student focusing on primary care. The recipient as well is Christina Murphy. final award this evening is the Dr. Shirley Solberg Graduate Award in Nursing. It was established by Dr. Shirley Solberg with the generous support of family and friends upon her retirement. And Dr. Shirley Solberg has been extremely committed to the faculty of nursing, and again, it's taught many of us here today. During her career, Dr. Solberg was a champion for nurses pursuing graduate studies in nursing. A master awards are given annually to a master's student and a PhD nursing student addressing one of the more health inequities in their project or research. The recipients of these awards are Christina Murphy and Crystal Gahn. I also understand that Dr. Solberg is watching online from her home in Victoria, BC.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. Here's the presentation of our awards for this afternoon. Congratulations, everyone. You are an impressive group of students. I call upon Dr. Sandy McDonald, our Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, will now introduce and take you through the next part of our ceremony.
One wonderful evening, congratulations to everyone. It's so great to be recognized in this way, and you are so deserving of these awards. Our next feature in the program is something that was started during the pandemic, when our ceremonies were virtual, and we were all on screens. We know we were ever going to see each other again, so here we are in person. So we're very excited to be able to do this in person this season. We want to give our award recipients and donors a chance to say a few words about what this means to them, what it means to receive an award, and what it means to give them. So I'm going to ask Tony Neiman to come forward now, who already received the Salvation Army Grace General Scholarship. And I might add, I'm also a graduate of the Salvation Army Grace General Scholarship. So we're going to have a little mini reunion here, ladies and gentlemen. But thank you for coming up, and Tony's going to share with us some of her thoughts. Tony is one of our accelerated option classes science and nursing students, and she graduated in spring. So exciting. Welcome, Tony.
Yeah.
Thank you. I won't sing, but happy birthday, Dr. Pike. First of all, I would like to say thank you to everyone attending the ceremony today. Whether you're a student receiving an award presenter, faculty, staff, or guest, welcome. It's a pleasure to be here with so many kind, dedicated, and driven people. As you can probably tell by the excitement in the room today, receiving an award as a nursing student is a great honor. Being recognized for working hard and excelling at a challenging degree is such an amazing accomplishment. But as a student, it's also so much more than that. By winning these awards, students are able to accomplish so many other feats beyond their undergraduate and graduate degrees in nursing. I've been lucky enough to receive multiple awards as an accelerated nursing student, and it has helped me to achieve so much and further in my academic career. This past winter, I was able to travel to Labrador City to complete my community health placement, which introduced me to the brilliance of rural nursing and our diverse practice. I'm also able to dedicate time during my busy school schedule to take on the role of a research assistant with a professor here at the faculty. I've gotten to learn about and participate in groundbreaking research being done by faculty members and graduate students. These are only small examples of the incredible journey students take throughout our education here at the Faculty of Nursing. These things would not be possible without the help of the generous awards myself and fellow students received in their degrees. My experiences only scratch the surface of what these awards mean to students. For some, it's the reason they're able to continue to attend university. For some of our international students, it's the reason they're able to lead some amazing academic careers away from their homes. Essentially, what I hope you all take away from this ceremony today is how grateful all of us students are for the opportunities these awards give us. So on behalf of all awards recipients, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for allowing us to achieve so much more than we ever thought possible. These awards can be life-changing, and it is easy to see the great appreciation we have for them by looking at the incredible nurses and future nurses in our audience today and the marvelous things they have accomplished. Thank you.
The Department of Nursing began offering graduate programs in the 1980s and has grown significantly. We've had practicum and nurse practitioner options and a PhD in nursing program that we launched in 2013. And you've probably all heard on the news our new funding for our nurse practitioner option, which we're extremely excited about, looking forward to. Christina Murphy is a master's student who received several awards this evening, and we're very proud of her. And she's going to join us now to talk about what that means to her receiving this award. Christina?
Hello, I'm here to thank firstly Dr. Shirley Solberg for her generous support of the scholarship program on behalf of myself and Crystal Bond, who also won the award. Dr. Solberg has chosen to award students who address inequality in their practicum projects. I'm honored to receive an award from her, who, as she has herself addressed health inequality time and time again. Her long list of published works include the impact of geography on health disparities, food insecurity in coastal communities, the determinants of health for women in northern Newfoundland, and women living in rural Indonesia. Nursing students seeking to address health inequities stand on the shoulders of giants such as Dr. Solberg, and I'm very grateful for her generous award and her career as an excellent role model combating inequality through research. I would also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Wesley Grog and Mr. and Mrs. Brulaw for their awards, as well as all the donors for their generosity. At the time when challenges in healthcare are disheartening, it's very uplifting to see so many people willing to invest in nurses that will hopefully one day change the system for the better. Thank you.
Thank you, Christina. As you know, being a student is challenging, not only academically but financially. We truly appreciate the contribution of our award donors, and that really helps our students. Your generosity and willingness to share can make all the difference to a student. Here to tell us about why they created their award and what it means to be presented every year is Brenda Ofer. Brenda is a nurse who graduated with Vincent Cruz. Actually, dare I say it, I've taught her there and worked with them. And along with her classmates, created that award. Vanessa Dove, Vince's sister, was unable to join us this evening, but she's helping out her dad because she's recovering from an illness, and Vanessa's also. So I'll invite Brenda to come and tell us about Vincent.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you for giving us a few minutes of your time. I've decided not to write anything down, and now in the formalities of the occasion, I question my decision. I will move on. I've never been known for shortage of words. So, I'll tell you a little bit about Vince, a little bit about the award, and then I will have your call to action. So, first of all, I'm wondering, the Margaret Fitzpatrick Morgan Award in Nursing, where are you? Stand up for me. Congratulations. 27 years from now, I hope you're also able to congratulate the person that got it 27 years ago. Everyone knows December of 1992, when everyone said, we need to have a president, Brenda, you're going to be the president. But I would be the president of the class of 1996 for 31 years. I'm still going strong. And we actually have a great group of, a core group, we call them the Old Faithfuls, core group that always stays together, and then the people that come and go in and out from our group. So about, when we were in school and getting through school and getting our awards that were a few $100s, that made all the difference in being able to buy that textbook for the old one. And we didn't really have money. We didn't really think about scholarships. We really didn't, we just hoped to get them. we didn't really think about how did that ever get created? And scholarships don't create themselves. Scholarships are only because somebody took the time, energy, and effort to go through the process of developing that. About 10 years into our career, we had a class reunion. We have a class reunion usually every couple of years, and sometimes every year. And we have a great time, we get together. And my call to action to my colleagues at the time was, we're going to make an award for Vince. And they all looked at me and said, how much do we need? And I said, 12 grand. And they're like, okay, we'll figure it out. We did go to Vince's parents, who were Bill and Audrey Kuzna, and they're all from Twillingate. So the grandchild from Twillingate, right? Kathy's nodding her head. Grandchild. And who, is there anyone else here from Twillingate? Because there's always someone in every crowd, of course. No, can't believe it. So, they're hiding. So, and as well to Vince's sister, Vanessa, to ask if it would be okay for us to be able to use his name and use his name and his memory to be able to do this. And they were ecstatic to do so. As a class, we organized it as the individual who was a contact. I helped build that and make that happen. But really it was Vince's friends and family that made the $12,000 come together. So through lots of different donations, and how does that work and how does that happen? So what I would like to make sure that you're aware of is it doesn't have to be one big thing. It can be lots of little small things that happen. And if you feel like it's something that's too big to take on, you also have the opportunity to donate to an established award. So if you aren't already aware, the way that it happens is you vest your award and then the interest gets paid to the student as a scholarship so they can go on forever. So you have to have that big base in order to get that vest. But inflation happens, tuition changes, cost of living increases. So all the awards that you have seen tonight also could always get a boost. So if you go into the donation site for MON, and in it you can target someone, you can target the Vincent Coos Memorial Award in nursing, and you can also target one that's special to you. Because boosting that vest only helps the student when they get their scholarship later. So a little bit about Vince. So Vince was a great guy. We had two guys in our nursing class, Vince and Ed, and they were always the token males that, you know, they were the punk of the joke, and they were always glad enough to be. Vince was always a little bit of a smaller stature. I'm kind of a big lady. So Vince was always a little bit smaller stature than me. So I would see him sometimes and he'd give me a greasy grin. And I laugh every time I think about the scholarship, because I remember we were trying to get donations for graduation, and Vince said, Brenda, if you bring one more box of chocolates for me for fundraising. And then I'm thinking, here I'm trying to fundraise all this money for him. He's laughing at me. I know he is. But I also know he's very proud. And Vince had Fanconi's anemia. He was diagnosed when he was born, and the lifespan for that would have been very young, around 10 years old at the time when he was born. And I remember we were doing our pediatric rotation at the old Janeway. So the old Janeway and the old Grace, both of which both the buildings don't exist anymore. That's where we did our obstetrics and pediatric clinicals. And there was a patient there. The patient was 9 years old and had Fanconi's anemia. And that's where we learned Vince's story, when he told us about that during that time. And our nursing instructor, who was Andrea Brennan Hunter, didn't sign Vince to this patient because she knew the diagnosis and she didn't know if that would be appropriate. So she goes in the day before, makes her assignments. And I remember went in that morning and Vince found out that this patient was there. And he pulled her aside and he said, no, I'm taking that patient because they need to know that this is possible. So that was Vince, and he was a fantastic guy. Unfortunately, he did succumb to his illness in September of '96, which meant that he had done his nursing exam, but he never got registered. So the CRNL, which was the ARNL at the time, did grant him a lifetime membership as a registered nurse. So we're very proud of that too. So there's lots of things that come to mind when I think about these scholarship awards. Pride is the first, and then value. Value is financial, but it's also the value of being recognized and why that's so important. The other thing is to be very proud. So if you are a nursing student now and you're thinking, oh my gosh, everybody's so proud of me when I'm a nurse, they're proud of me now. I see nursing students every day in my job at faculty being obstetrics and oncology. I see nursing students contribute to our healthcare system every single day. So you're already a valued member of our system and we can't wait to get you graduated, there's lots of energy, there's lots of challenges. There's lots of energy and there's lots of hope as well. So as a donor, certainly what I want the message to be is that it doesn't have to be one, it can be many. You don't have to be the inventor, you can contribute. And always have a lot of pride in every one of those certificates and awards and scholarships that you receive, because there's a lot of people that came behind that put that together with a lot of pride and value. And then we hope that being able to provide that scholarship and money for you is a little something that helps bolster you, because we know that every step across here is several $1,000s. So we want to make sure that every one of them was helped and supported by your community. So I think I did okay. Brenda, you don't need any tips.
I'm really pleased now to invite Doug Morse to come and speak with us. Doug, who was mentioned earlier. He's a very dear friend of William Bill Reed, and we created the Linda May Reed Scholarship in Nursing in memory of his wife. Doug has a law practice in Bay Roberts and lives in St. John's. Now, Doug and Bill go way back. They became friends during their days at Memorial in the mid-1960s. Doug also knew Linda very well and is here to tell us what it means to present this scholarship on behalf of his friend Bill, who's watching online from California. Thanks so much, Doug, and welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here this afternoon. I want to congratulate all the award winners tonight. You guys are the next generation. You know, you got to look after us old people as we carry on. I'm 75 years old in a couple of months. My father lived to be 94. My mother lived to be 102. So I'm working on my genetics. That lifestyle that are telling me I should be okay. But some of you guys will probably be looking after me. I hope that happens. Very impressed by all you people tonight who won the awards. You know, I know the healthcare system in Newfoundland means so much to all of us, young, old, and whatever the case may be. So you guys got great responsibilities. I'm sure we're going to have all you young people. I want to find out where this young Morse is from, because she obviously won a lot of awards later. But anyway, a little bit about I'm glad to be here tonight and very happy to be here on behalf of Bill Reed, my good friend, and his daughter Tammy, who are watching from Riverside, California. I started Memorial in 1964 with Bill Reed. I was in the commerce faculty. I managed to get a commerce degree in 1968. Many people are still wondering how I did that, but I managed to get working on it. Dalhousie Law School and got a law degree, astounding many more people in 1971. I was in practicing law in Bay Roberts and Conception Bay for 52 years and have no intention of giving it up in any way, shape, or form.
Good for you.
Bill Reed and I played hockey on the Memorial University Beatrix hockey team in the days when you were allowed to call it the Beatrix. And we were very proud to be Beatrix in those days and very proud to represent the Beatrix, represent the Beatrix, the first settlers of the province. Now they're called the Seahawks. So we won 2 St. John's Junior Hockey Championships in 1964 and 1965. We won the Boyle Trophy in 1967. Went for the first Canadian Winter Games in Quebec City in 1967. So Bill Reed and I go back a long way. Bill didn't graduate at that particular time from Memorial. He and Linda were natives of Belle Island. And Linda went into the nursing field and Bill went into the university field. Bill didn't finish Linda got her degree quicker than Bill got his nursing degree. So they went to Labrador City to live. They were living in Labrador City in Watt, which is a matter of fact, it's a stroke of, I don't know what you would call it. Some people would call it foolishness. Foolishness. They got in a car, Bill had a car, and they had a baby who's now Tammy. She's 47 or 48 years old. And they moved to California. Wasn't like Jay Plank or anything like that. And Bill Reed, Linda got a job as a nurse in a hospital in Southern California. They currently reside in Riverside, California, and they're watching here tonight. She had a great career. Linda was a wonderful woman, tremendous friend of mine, and my wife who passed away a few years ago, but that's not true. And Linda passed away far before her time. They were a great couple. There's no doubt she was a dedicated nurse. And Bill started out, if you can believe this, he didn't have a job when he went to California. His first job was taking newspapers, showing the Los Angeles Times newspapers out of a window of a car onto the lawns, people in Southern California. He finished up his career as an associate editor of the Los Angeles Times. He was a very successful guy, and he and Linda had a wonderful life together. They were great people. They continued to live in Southern California. I'm very proud to be here tonight. As you can see from the booklet here tonight, Linda had a great career in all she did, and very dedicated to her career. And Bill decided to make this generous award for nursing students, and I'm very glad tonight that I'm very sorry that the young lady is not here to get her award, but I'm sure that will be presented in due course. You know, it's a couple of things. You guys go into the world yourselves. You know, you're going to be start earning money, and hopefully you'll always remember to give certain things back. Give back to your community. Give back to your society. You know, you make a living out of what you earn, but you make a life out of what you give. You know, it's very important to give. Give, and never forget that I've been involved in raising a lot of money for Memorial University over the years. I gave back. I think I did, you know, scholarships in various fields, whatever the case may be, and very proud to do it. And very glad to be here tonight. And certainly want to say to Bill and Tammy, you know, your award is certainly very much appreciated by the students. I'm sure Memorial University of Newfoundland and Labrador is better off because of people like yourselves and all the other people who donated. So thanks again for being here. Congratulations to everybody. I believe the healthcare system in Newfoundland is in very good shape. Absolutely. And carrying out with the good work, and long live Memorial University of Newfoundland. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. But certainly helps us understand a little more about how important these awards are and the importance of them, not only for the donors, but also for the recipients. And there's so much behind each and every award. I'd like to invite Sherry Potter to step up this evening as granddaughter of the Vestager and maybe share a few words with us on her feelings of the award. Sherry?
So nice to be here with you tonight, and I feel honored to be here to represent my extended family. The award in my grandmother's name was started by my aunt, but we have a long medical tradition in my family, and many nursing graduates gone through the system here in Newfoundland, and some physicians as well. My own sister right now is the medical registrar in Bunjik, very proud Mon graduate, and I have several nieces and nephews who are nursing and practicing all over Canada and the US. It means so much to our family to give back. And of course, me being a teacher because of a certain turn of events in my life in late high school that I did not go into the medical field. But we have always seen the need to serve the community, and my grandmother especially. She became a nurse during a time when a woman from around the Bay didn't get an education, let alone become a practicing nurse, and then serve the community as an official capacity, well over 50 years, as a dentist, an undertaker, a physician, a nurse, and some of the events, some of you will have to make sacrifices like our wonderful nurses have done over the pandemic restrictions, for whom I have so much respect and so much love, and I cannot say how grateful I am for the service you provided me and my family, especially the last few years. So for those of you who are going out into this field, I'm not going to say you have big shoes to fill, you got your own shoes to fill, and from the academic success I've seen here tonight, I know you're going to have some really fancy shoes to walk in. So My grandmother, I can feel her now, would be so proud and honored to think that somebody else was benefiting from her service to the world. I can tell you just a couple of sacrifices that she made, in terms of her, duty, and she would say to me, "Me oath." She really believed in the oath until the day she died, where, in Nova Scotia in 1999. You serve even sometimes at a sacrifice to yourself. She, for example, had 6 daughters, would be called away to deliver a baby during the night, and when my grandfather would get in from fishing, she would have to go and clean fish and salt the fish, and then she might be lucky to get an hour's sleep and then go out and work all day again. When she was 9 months pregnant with one of my mother's sisters, had to drive in a horse and buggy in a snowstorm to the local hospital in Old Perlican, because we're from Bedford, and the family communities include Graves Cove, Redhead Cove, Bedford, and the surrounding area on Trinity and Conception Bay North Shores. And she worked for many years sometimes, and her pay might have included such things as a baked pie or feed of turds. And I think Jeanette sometime and Gus, because she knew that she couldn't survive mentally without having given that person what they needed. And even into her 80s, before she became fully blind, there were people still coming to her to be healed. One lady in the community traveled to California, and traveled to several famous medical institutions in the US, who had severe tennis elbow. She was going around about 2 years suffering. And somebody suggested, why don't you go see Gussie and Gus, my grandmother? And when she came, she looked at her arm, she said, "Yeah, it needs a bit of goose grease." 2 days later, she was healed. So, and this is the way she was. She knew nothing else but to be healer up. So, in the young lady who received our family scholarship, it comes with all that positive, good energy. And I'm sure I look forward to you spreading it through the world, because in honor of my grandmother's memory. We are deeply honored that you can do so, and may you leave for other people to benefit from it. So yes, indeed, it does mean a lot to all of us. And I especially am thankful to my Aunt Gloria, who initiated this process and is fulfilling it on behalf of the family. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
It's so important to hear the stories behind these aliens. It makes them real sense and understand where they come from. I'd like to invite Dr. K for our closing.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Say happy birthday when I hear.
Oh, yes.
Thank you so much, everybody, for your participation tonight. And for all of your wonderful personal stories. And as this concludes our ceremony, I want to say congratulations to all of our award winners. And thank you so much for your generous donation. And thank you to your friends and family for supporting all of our students in their success. I also want to say a very special thank you to all the people who worked so hard behind the scenes to bring this year's ceremony to reality. Marsha Porter, really a one-man show. Communications advisor, and she's a member of our awards committee, and many of you remember her from our past ceremonies. Daisy Baldwin is Daisy. An awards committee, and thank you very much. Dr. Sandra McDonald is well known and is our Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs. Thank you. wonderful team that also helped this award ceremony with Marcia. Krista Cole is our academic program administrator. You saw Krista wave earlier today. She plays a huge role in coordinating the scholarship process, and we thank you very much. I would like to thank Harpreet. Harpreet Kaur is someone as well, and handling a whole lot of different things from the top to the bottom. Thank you very much. I would also like to, thank you, Marie Gagin from the undergraduate office for helping us make this come to fruition. Thank you very much. Thank our committee members, Dr. Nicole Snow and Krista King. I don't think Krista's here tonight. Thank you very much. And thanks, of course, to Michael, our musician. Where did Michael go? There you go. Now for a little celebration, I invite you to join us for some light refreshments at our reception in the medical school atrium, which you will have to pass on your way when you got here. Also, if you would like to avail of the opportunity, our laboratory instructors show yourselves. Have opened up the Learning Resource Center and our carousel simulation room so that you can have a good look inside. I promise we will go in and jump on your chest and try to do something and pull yourself. Our students might want to practice on you though. Our students and instructors spend a lot of time in these spaces, and this is where our students learn and practice their essential skills to become registered nurses. Thank you very much. I could just ask the recipients of our awards tonight to stay behind for bits on follow-ups. And then people, you're welcome to stay and take some wonderful pictures and then see down to have some refreshments. Yeah, thank you.
Look at the students. So are all you people who came?
Expensive. Oh, my God, yes, yes, for guys. Yes.
It's like Dave Roberts.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, Harvard Drakes.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
they're all the time. So I
Yeah,
said,
is that right?
that's no Bruce.
Yeah, where are you from, Lucy?
I'm from Charleston. You know where that is?
Columbus Bay.
Yes.
Yeah. Makes us think.
Yes.
My family's now been in business.
Yeah.
I felt the same way. I'm sure I.
Oh, what do you say?
Try. Downstairs. Which was better for the labs.
She started getting.
Congrats, guys.
See, I'm.
Yeah.
No, that's okay.
Dr. Melissa. Where?
It's up in our phone.
We could give her a couple hours off. Four.
Yes.
Yeah, make it so like you're done, John.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I just want to put in.
Yeah, very fun. Congratulations, you got it.
Anyway,
You know? Guys, you guys can take your seats here.
Never knew.
All the students here.
Okay, everybody's back around. Everybody's fine, everybody's happy? Good plan? Awesome. There we go. One more. One more.
Yeah, yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay. Here it is.
Yeah. Tell me.
Oh, shit. What? Yeah. So your family? Oh, that's lovely. Nice to meet you. Tell me.
It's like a field. Shake it. Big chat. Yeah. See you later. See all those. Yeah. Thank you.
Have something to eat.
Wow.
We didn't.
So they noticed. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That was Rich's idea. So Rich is the university photographer. He does all the. We're very lucky to have him. Always so nice to see you.
Yeah.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
I know you're storm. There was a lady here who fired down. Are you waiting for us? Oh, there she was. But, she had her first job down there. Crazy, right? Oh, okay. Crazy, right? No, that never works. Let's Instagram about me in my book. Yeah. Yes. Right? Sometimes the cast would work with progressing. I think I gotta go that way. Still to enjoy my. It was nice seeing you. I remember upstairs. Oh. Sunny day. Yeah, it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Yeah. It's always nice to see you. Like, every now and again I see you at the, you know, the month gazette or you know, different position or something like that. It's nice to see you. It's nice to hear about you. Nice to be here. Yeah, it's nice to hear about you. I don't know what you're doing. Yes, Dan, I think it's
Amazing. That Trinity Bay is some good. What? There's some good people came out.
She didn't let me know we were gonna dance right when she came over.
That was awesome.
It's such beautiful. She came over, she would you want to speak for us to be big. I said, okay, sure. Love me turns out for my grandma. Students love her. You can tell. She has her standards. But how can we get out of the students? So facilitating their knowledge, facilitating their work.
Yes, Gina. Yes.
Yeah.
She is.
Yes, no, it's, I have no
You are
problem
much
saying
bigger
it.
than mine. Yeah, you can tell.
Yeah.
Students love being a picture taken after you.
Dan is what you. Especially when it was a junior colleague, yeah. No, but it's true. I don't mind saying it. That's genuine.
I'm just
That
snapping.
enthusiasm is genuine. I'm just putting up a picture. Snapping pictures. Yes, you gotta watch out where Marcia is. I know you.
Instagram these days.
Oh,
We do it like a student. I won't face yet. Thank you so much.
Thank you
for your work. It's so nice. I really want to go out.
Can you believe it's been several years?
When my mom passed to the data.
It's like you're on two different senses. Tom, this long ago, but yet only recently. Yeah, live feed there.
That's like the swell.
Mr. Reed's still online.
Mr. Reed is still online. I'm gonna.
Goodbye.